When she met our dad and they got married, I mean, she was like the typical everyday housewife. I mean, she would get all cleaned up at night when he came home. She would have on like the June Cleaver pearls and all that. We had to be spotless. You know, she would always say scrubbed and powdered.
She was always cooking. The house was always filled with something, the smell of something cooking. And if she wasn't cooking, she was ironing and watching her soap operas on TV. Or drinking coffee and talking on the phone.
And smoking.
And those are the images that are very vivid in our minds right now of growing up and remembering how Mom was.
How has all of these changes impacted your individual relationship with your mom?
You know, we have to be very careful about how we talk to Mom sometimes, because in talking to somebody with dementia and stuff is a whole new way of living for everybody. You have to learn how to, you never want to say, do you remember this or that, because they can't. And you don't say, what'd you have for lunch? They can't remember that. So you have to be on guard as to how you communicate with them. We so much want to ask her how her day's going, but some days you just can't do it.
Well, I miss being able to talk to her about the things that we used to talk about. I miss talking to her, I mean, ridiculous things. I mean, even soap operas and stuff. We talk about TV shows, you know, actors and actresses. She was always on top of that. Oh yeah, I remember once she and I were out, this was probably in the early 90s. She and I were out for some reason. And I said, Mom, it's almost noon. Sorry, but I really want to get home and watch all my children. And I lived closest, so she came with me to my place, and we just sat there and watched it. We were just glued to it. And now this is pretty cool to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So what you're left with is talking about something from 30 years ago.
So for me, Brad and I both have grandchildren, and I'm about to have another grandchild here in a day or two. And Mother always loved babies, and she always loved all of that. But I find that I can't talk to her about the babies. The oldest of the children is 2.5, so in her short-term memory, she has no memory of these children. So while I would like to go in and show her pictures of, you know, a funny video or this or that, we learned very quickly that you can't do that. It's very upsetting to her. You know, she would always say, well, I'm missing out on so much.
She says that a lot.
She says it a lot,
Mm-hmm.
even though she doesn't really know who these children are. She loves it when they come. Her face lights up, you know, and she gets a really good feeling from them. And the children know who she is, and they talk about Gigi. But in her memory, she has no memory of them, and so it's very difficult.
What do you love about your mom?
Her sense of humor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say her sense of humor. It's funny, I think we've all adopted that sense of humor. It's a good antidote for what ails her, I think, her humor.
And also her strength, too.
Oh, yeah.
She's just always shown such strength, including taking care of Dad right before he died. You know, her illnesses, her breast cancer, colon cancer.
And so I think we realized the true strength that she had is she would say, pull herself up by her bootstraps.
One of her famous lines.
Yeah,
Yep.
there were many, but that was
Yep,
one.
that was
Yep.
one of them.
Is there anything you want to say to her?
Just
You're
what
the
I said.
greatest, Mom. We love you.
We love you.
We love you, and you taught us a lot.
Yep.